Ever notice how South America and Africa look like puzzle pieces? If you look closely, their coastlines seem to fit together almost perfectly, as if they were once joined in a giant jigsaw. That's because millions of years ago, they actually were connected. All the continents formed a single supercontinent called Pangaea, before slowly drifting apart over time due to the movement of tectonic plates. But what if, instead of drifting away, all the continents reunited? No ocean separating us, just one massive, continuous stretch of land covering the planet? Imagine being able to walk from Los Angeles to Paris, or planning a road trip that takes you across what used to be vast oceans. You could drive from Asia to South America without ever boarding a plane or a ship. Countries that are now separated by thousands of miles of water would suddenly become neighbors, sharing borders and cultures in ways we can barely imagine today. The world would feel both smaller because everything is within reach, and bigger, with endless new places to explore by land. This isn't just a wild idea. Scientists believe that in the distant future, the continents could come together again, forming a new supercontinent as the Earth's crust continues to shift. So, what would life be like on this giant landmass? Would travel become easier, or would new challenges arise as people move across such a huge, diverse landscape? Would animals from different continents mix and migrate in ways never seen before, creating new ecosystems and surprising encounters? Everything from weather patterns to the food we eat would change dramatically, as climates shift and cultures blend together in unexpected ways. Let's explore why the continents split apart in the first place, what a new supercontinent might look like, and how such a transformation could completely reshape our lives and our planet. Ready to redesign the planet? Let's dive in and imagine a world where we're all just a little bit closer together. No big deal, right? Before we imagine a reunion, let's rewind and explore why the continents broke apart in the first place. Understanding this breakup helps us see just how dynamic and restless our planet really is. So, let's talk about the breakup, the dramatic story of how Earth's landmasses went their separate ways. The continents drifted apart because of plate tectonics. Earth's surface isn't one solid piece. It's made of giant, puzzle-like plates that are always on the move, shifting slowly, about as fast as your fingernails grow each year. It's a process so gradual, we barely notice it in a single lifetime. But if we look back millions of years, all the land was joined together in a single supercontinent called Pangaea. Imagine a world where you could walk from what's now Africa straight into North America without ever seeing an ocean. Deep inside Earth, intense heat created powerful currents in the mantle. These currents acted like invisible hands, slowly pushing and pulling at Pangaea, eventually cracking it apart, just like a cracker breaking under pressure. This split didn't happen overnight. It took hundreds of millions of years for the continents to drift apart. As they moved, the Atlantic Ocean slowly opened up, growing wider and wider. India, once far to the south, journeyed northward and eventually collided with Asia, crumpling up the land to form the towering Himalayas, the highest mountains on Earth. Over time, the world map kept changing, with continents drifting, colliding, and reshaping the face of the planet again and again. The continents we see today are just a snapshot, a single frame in the never-ending dance of Earth's surface. Even now, the plates are still moving. North America is drifting away from Europe, and California is slowly sliding north toward Alaska, reshaping coastlines and creating earthquakes. The same powerful forces that once split Pangaea apart are still at work today, and could one day bring all the continents back together again. Earth is always rearranging itself, playing a slow-motion game of continental tag, with landmasses drifting, colliding, and separating over eons. Eventually, all the land could reunite, forming a brand new supercontinent in the distant future. It's a powerful reminder that our planet is always in motion, constantly evolving and reshaping itself. The continent's journey isn't over yet. They're still on the move, and the story of Earth's surface is far from finished. So, what might the next supercontinent look like? Let's find out together. Scientists predict that millions of years from now, our planet will be home to a brand new supercontinent, which they call Pangaea Ultima. This isn't just a wild guess. Geologists use the slow but steady movement of tectonic plates to forecast how Earth's surface will change over time. The Atlantic Ocean, which currently separates the Americas from Europe and Africa, would gradually close up. Over millions of years, the Americas would drift eastward, eventually colliding and merging with Europe and Africa to form a single, massive landmass. Meanwhile, Australia wouldn't stay put. It would continue its slow journey north, eventually fusing with Asia and creating new coastlines and environments along the way. Even Antarctica, now isolated at the South Pole, would be drawn into the mix, connecting to the southern edge of this supercontinent and transforming the global climate. The end result? Earth would be dominated by one enormous landmass, surrounded by a single vast ocean, an entirely new world map. Familiar coastlines, cities, and regions we know today would vanish, replaced by new shores and landscapes along the supercontinent's edge. The places we recognize would be completely reshaped. Where these continents collide, the force would push up massive new mountain ranges, some possibly even taller and more dramatic than the Himalayas we see today. The world map would be so different, it would be almost unrecognizable to us. Borders, continents, and oceans would all be redrawn. Your sense of direction would change forever. East and west would blur into one continuous stretch of land, making travel and navigation a whole new challenge. Living on Pangaea Ultima would mean adapting to a totally new geography, with unfamiliar terrain, climates, and ecosystems to explore and understand. The Earth is always changing, shaped by powerful geological forces beneath our feet. This supercontinent could be its next big move, reminding us that nothing on our planet is permanent. Imagine the possibilities and the challenges. New opportunities for life, but also new risks and obstacles for humans, animals, and plants alike. Let's see how nature would handle this incredible makeover and what surprises the next chapter of Earth's story might hold. With one giant landmass, weather patterns would shift dramatically. The coasts would be stormy and wet, but the vast interior would become a scorching, freezing desert, bigger than any today. Only the toughest plants and animals could survive in the center. Rainforests and fertile land would shrink to narrow strips along the coasts. Animals from different continents would suddenly meet, leading to new competition and possibly new species. Some would thrive, others might go extinct. Evolution would speed up, creating strange hybrids and new life forms. Nature would be forced to adapt in wild, unpredictable ways. The natural world would never be the same. A supercontinent could bring amazing benefits. Travel would be easier. Imagine driving from Beijing to New York without crossing an ocean. Trade and the economy would boom, with goods moving quickly by land. Products could become cheaper and more accessible. Cultures would blend like never before. Food, music, and ideas mixing in exciting ways. Cities could become vibrant mosaics of global influence. Science and collaboration would flourish, with researchers working side by side. Huge international projects could reshape our world. Sharing knowledge and resources would be simpler. Humanity could feel more united than ever. It's a hopeful vision of a connected future. But living on one continent has downsides. Borders would be closer, making conflicts and disputes more likely. Extreme climates and limited fertile land could spark competition for resources. Pollution could spread quickly across the land with no oceans to buffer it. A disease outbreak could sweep the supercontinent in no time. Public health would be a massive challenge, requiring global cooperation. Overcrowding could make coastal cities packed and stressful. Personal space might be hard to find. Sometimes, a little distance is a good thing. Being connected is great, but it comes with big responsibilities. We'd have to work together to solve problems on a global scale. The dream of unity could also bring new risks. It's a lot to consider. So what would it be like to live on one giant continent? It's a fascinating mix of opportunity and challenge. We could travel freely, share cultures, and work together as one world. But we'd also face extreme weather, resource struggles, and the risk of rapid disease spread. Living so close would test our ability to cooperate and care for the planet. The next supercontinent won't form for hundreds of millions of years, so there's no rush. But it's a powerful thought experiment. It reminds us that Earth is always changing, and so are we. How would you feel waking up in this new world? Would you explore or stay put? Share your thoughts in the comments. It's fun to imagine the ultimate global reunion,